Hey yo! So for most of you that probably know, for next patch, we are finally able to see a rerun from the Dendro Archon herself, Nahida. She definitely plays a big part in Sumeru, and she literally lives inside of it. Like, she was inside of a freaking bowl. But seriously, for this topic itself, I just want to make this primarily for Nahida. She is definitely one of those characters that people debate on, which also means that people are maybe going for Nahida or Xianyun. They are both coming out at the same time in next patch. And some of you for free to play, this is going to be a strict thing because you don't know if you're going to go for Cloud Retainer or Nahida. I'm going to stop talking and I'm just going to talk about Nahida as a whole for this video. You guys don't want to hear me for a long time, so I really want to get into this myself anyways. But before that, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, or even comment anything on this video. I will for sure try to answer questions or maybe even stuff for this video so you guys can just get really good responses and or just need help overall. Look, me and Kazuha... Hey, yo. So the first thing I want to talk about Nahida is definitely her playstyle and where she fits in a team. She is actually considered to be one of the craziest Dendro appliers in the game, which can apply Quaken, Aggravate, Bloom, and maybe even Hyper Bloom. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys right now, Hyper Bloom is one of the best reactions in the game to apply, and on top of that, there are so many Bloom and whatever team comps that goes with it, which just makes it an absolutely busted reaction. I do want to say that she can be a DPS at some sort, but the best role that she plays is off-field DPS, and not a lot of characters hold that role, so that's actually also really good in general. And it literally just means you don't have to waste your time a lot on her, and you could literally pay attention more onto your main DPS. Another thing that actually amazes me about Nahida is she can read minds. How? Look at her, she's doing that and she's reading minds. How does that even work? Moving on though, I do want to talk about this little topic, and it actually goes towards her exploration. This is actually a really good topic for her because when she does that rectangle thingy, I don't know what it does, she can grab resources just by hovering over them. It's an amazing trick that she can do, unlike walking on water, which obviously is one of the most broken things in the game. I can't really compare it to that, okay? She's a little kid. I'm going to include her burst because it's very OP, and what it can do is actually give you 25% elemental mastery, and obviously it creates a whole church of some sort that heals you and also applies Dendro over time. That is the one major key about her when she comes to applying Dendro, because like I said again, she's just absolutely great on it, and her elemental burst does it all. Now moving on, I do want to talk about a very interesting topic in Nahida, and this actually goes towards her own constellations. This one even interested me because what I'm about to read out is the most broken thing known to mankind, and I'll read you out some. So first off, I do want to talk about her C1. Obviously, this one is not as good as the other ones that I'm about to explain, but I am going to say that C1, if you are going for that, might as well go for C2 because this is the one that I want to talk about and is just purely for her. So what this constellation does is when Nahida uses her skill and creates either a Bloom or Hyper Bloom reaction, she can unlock and use the ability to crit, which on top of that sets her crit rate and crit damage at 20% and 100% respectively. And not only that, if you're using Quaken, Aggravate, or maybe even Spread reactions, all of the enemy's defense is decreased by 30%. I need you guys to remember that this is Constellation 2, and this is probably the most broken C2 I've ever seen on a character so far. I do recommend this constellation if you are going for cons, and like I said again, it's absolutely broken. Now obviously her C3 and C5 are also really good whenever you're upgrading their skill, but that's obviously straightforward when you're getting those constellations. But one really broken one that I want to talk about is C4. This one's also really broken because you are paying attention to elemental mastery on her, but the cap is actually 1,000, but this constellation can help you if you can't reach it or you're going for separate builds. See, whenever you're creating 4 or more seeds coming from her ult, her elemental mastery can actually increase from 100 to 160. This is actually a really handy constellation, but some factors that varies off is that if you have 1,000 elemental mastery, you don't really need this, and if you do have 1,000 elemental mastery, this actually affects the whole entire team itself. So if you have a character with 1,000 elemental mastery, there's no point with the other one being the same. I'm also going to say that this is also a whaling constellation, because first of all, it is C4, and second of all, it is the closest thing to the whaling point of a character, which is C6. You know what, I'll also add on C6 because this one is also one of those broken constellations, and I don't know if you are going to whale. I certainly am not about to spend $1,000. What this can do is whenever you use your ult with the skill, and then do normal or charge attack damage within it, you will do dendro damage based on 200% of Nahida's attack, and 400% of her elemental mastery. That's basically the best constellations overall. I mean, it's literally the whole entire section. Like, that's how good the constellations are. Except C1, because I actually have no idea what this does. And sometimes this actually confuses people, but it is something that just adds on with her ult, so I'm not really gonna go into that, but it is something that's very weird. Oh, this is also one crazy thing about her. She's on a swing! That's cute, dude. I want this! Oh, what? She created friends? Give me some! Now, the last major thing everyone wants from this video is if she is a must pull. I'm just gonna shorten this part down and just say yes, she is, because first of all, not only is she the best dendro applier, she is must needed on almost every single account because she allows you to do the best reactions in the game. If you are choosing between Genuine and Nahida though, I am going to say this only purely for yourself. If you need one of them more than the other, then go for that strictly. I'm only saying this because some people have managed to only get one character, as what I am referencing this to is free to play. You really just want to go for one that you need the most. Whoa, 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 what are you looking at? Where? Butterfly? Hey look, the moon is also rising again. This is pretty interesting. And now it's going into the clouds. Great! What? Great, I changed the position and it's still trying to hide away from me. Does it have something against me? Anyways guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, or even comment anything on this video. If you guys have any questions or maybe even comments for your account, I will definitely try answering that as neat and as responsively as I can, because first of all, I don't have friends. I don't need to say that over and over again. And second of all, I really like to help you guys out because there's nothing else I can do. Are you serious? The moon hit again? Oh, whoa, whoa, it's revealing itself. Oh, great. It's on my side now. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. The moon looks pretty in this weather condition, and I always want it to stay like that, but it's hiding from me again! Why? Sxyrax out. Bye-bye.